What's up, man? I want to talk about Isaiah Thomas. He did an interview on Club Shay Shay. We all know Shannon Sharp from. I've known Shannon Sharp from playing football for the Denver Broncos and the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens, Hall of Famer. A lot of people know him. A lot of the young people know him from being on the show Undisputed with Skip Bayless, and now he has a new platform with Club Shay Shay. He has some interesting guys on there. He already had his brother on there on his first show, Shannon, not Sterling Sharp. A lot of people don't know Sterling Sharp. He was a great wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Should be in the Hall of Fame. He had Floyd Mayweather on there. He had some other people on there, but he recently had Isaiah Thomas on there, former Detroit Pistons, two-time champion. To me, the best little man to ever play the game. Some people say Allen Iverson, some people say Steph Curry, but I got Isaiah Thomas, Chicago native. I'm from Chicago, so this discussion is, near and dear to me as a Chicago Bulls, fan supporter, and facing the Detroit Pistons back in the day. I remember how good the Detroit Pistons were. Detroit Pistons were a dominant basketball team, hard-nosed. They can play inside, outside. They were actually doing a two-guard basketball that the Golden State is doing now. When they were doing it with Isaiah Thomas, him and Joe Dumars, Vinny Microwave Johnson coming off the bench. They had some good forwards. You know what I'm saying? Another Chicago native on the team, and Mark Aguirre. They had the tough nose stretch four Bill Laimbeer. To me, one of the first stretch four guys that used to shoot threes and play really good defense. They had John Sally. They had a really good basketball team. And Isaiah Thomas recently, he had said these comments before that Michael Jordan was not his competition. Now I agree with him. I agree with him for the most part. That yes, Michael Jordan was not his competition in the forefront, because Magic, Larry, and Dr. J with his Sixers. People forget how good those Sixers were in the 80s. Those three teams were the top teams when Isaiah Thomas got in the league. Isaiah Thomas got in the league in 1981. Jordan didn't get into the league to 84. Now Isaiah Thomas say, well, him and Jordan are not that far apart in age. They're only 2 years apart in age. He is correct. But as far as NBA years is concerned, Isaiah Thomas left out the part that he was in the NBA 3 years before Michael Jordan. So by the time the Detroit Pistons team started from the bottom, because we all know those Bulls teams back when Michael Jordan first got drafted. So his teams were starting at the bottom. Isaiah Thomas teams were ascending and ready to challenge Boston, the Lakers, and the Sixers. They weren't winning playoff series against those teams yet, but they were ready to compete with those teams in the stratosphere. So yes, Isaiah Thomas is correct. He's 100% correct. Jordan was not his competition at the time. Jordan eventually, the Bulls, drafted Scottie Pippen, drafted Horace Grant, traded away my guy, and got Bill Cartwright. I'll come up with his name in a minute, but traded him away and got Bill Cartwright. And then the Bulls, started getting little pieces here and there, and then the Bulls started ascending. But by the time the Bulls start ascending, now Detroit Pistons are at a championship level. At this moment, they had already took Boston, I believe, to a game 7, and if it wasn't for Isaiah Thomas' turnover, against Larry Bird, they would have already been in the finals. So they were already, it's levels. It's the process. Jordan was in the process of building his team up to a contender. The Bulls team was ascending, but they were still behind the Detroit Pistons, behind the Lakers, behind the Celtics. Just like when Isaiah Thomas came in the league, Magic and Bird already were in the league, 3 years. So their teams were already ready to win championships by the time Isaiah Thomas stepped on the court. So Isaiah Thomas teams were not even competition for Detroit Sixers teams and those Los Angeles Lakers teams immediately he was not even competition for those guys. So it's a process. And Isaiah Thomas is right. Jordan was not his immediate competition because Jordan wasn't there yet. Jordan was he was a guy that was scoring a lot of points, exciting. His team, he dragging his team to the playoffs. But you have to do to get your head to head regular season, the Bulls and the Pistons, the Isaiah and Michael Jordan head to head with 24 and 19. Well, Isaiah Thomas winning 24, Michael Jordan winning 19. In the playoff series, Isaiah Thomas Pistons won 3 to Jordan's 1. So yes, he's right. I don't know if he dominated Michael Jordan because I don't think that's domination. Yes, he did win 3 playoff series. One, he failed to mention one of them went to a game 7. The other 2 is because the Bulls was not win. The Bulls were not ready to win at that time. But when the Bulls were ready to win, they swept the Detroit Pistons, just like Pistons swept Boston when they was ready to win. So, I mean, and then the year that Detroit Pistons swept Boston was the same year that the Bulls took the Detroit Pistons to a game 7. Then Detroit Pistons went on and beat that Lakers team. But the Bulls were actually the hardest competition for Isaiah Thomas at that time. And now old when the Bulls beat them because Isaiah Thomas stated that the Celtics were not old when they beat the Celtics. The Pistons just were good. So the Bulls were not. I mean, the Detroit Pistons were not old when the Bulls beat y'all. The Bulls just was that good. The Bulls were just ready to win. And do I think it's jealousy that Isaiah Thomas go at Michael Jordan? I don't know if it's jealousy. I just know that, yes, Isaiah Thomas did want to play for the Chicago Bulls. It's well noted, well documented that he wanted to play for the Chicago Bulls, Glory. But Detroit Pistons took him, I think, a spot or 2 before the Bulls took him, or a spot. Got drafted by the Chicago and became a superstar. Did he take Chicago from Isaiah Thomas? Yes, he did. So do Isaiah Thomas get some resentment towards that? He probably do. You know, it's competition. These guys are top-level athletes. So, you know, things of that nature. Now, is he jealous? I don't know if he's jealous because he had a great NBA career. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he didn't have the NBA career that Michael Jordan had, but Isaiah Thomas had a tremendous career. So, look, man. And then, you know, it's a controversy with did Michael Jordan leave him off the Dream Team? Michael Jordan did not endorse, he did not want to play with Isaiah Thomas on the Dream Team because of the things that he thought Isaiah Thomas said about him. So it wasn't just Michael Jordan that didn't want him on that Dream Team. There's a lot of other players, Scottie Pippen, the report that Larry Bird, a lot of those players that Isaiah Thomas rubbed the wrong way during his tenure. Now, do I think Isaiah Thomas should have been on the Dream Team? 100% yes. Isaiah Thomas should have been on the Dream Team. That's 100%. He should have been on the Dream Team, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, it's some residual effects from that. It's reported that Isaiah Thomas froze Jordan out, did them to each other. It's old news. I just think these guys need to get together, have a sit down, and just let this stuff go because it's so long ago. Their careers are over. They cannot face each other no more. They cannot beat each other no more in the playoff series or a regular season game. So I think they should just have a sit down, man, and just let bygones be bygones. They probably can laugh at the end. But yes, Isaiah Thomas did. Isaiah Thomas did beat Jordan in his words. If you want to say dominate Jordan, he did that. But at the same time, the Celtics were dominating the Pistons. It's surprising.